Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to F1 2020. With Ian 237, we are here for our fourth episode in the ranked series, starting off with a qualifying lap at Austria, and it was a pretty shocking one, a 104.3. Clearly not representative of what we can do at Austria, but I believe this was like one of the first laps I did on the game on a new day, and played it for a few days. We're starting in P2, right behind Trigger Happy in P1. And we've now got 5 red lights, and it's lights out for the Austrian Grand Prix. We get a pretty decent start, slightly better than Trigger Happy, but he uses a bit of overtake on the second phase of the start. It's a bit of side-by-side contact there between ourselves and Patrick through turn 1, and we lose a spot to him. So we're down to P3 now, but we're not going to be using a lot of ERS, we're going to be saving it. We're going to hope these two battle quite a bit. As you can see, a whole mess of collisions and just movement behind us going into turn 3. But yes, so our plan for this race is we're going to stick behind these two. We're going to let them burn ERS as they progress throughout the race, and then we're going to hopefully get them back maybe on lap 4 or 5. So we see we'll lose a little bit of time here for the second sector as we come on to lap 2 now. I believe we actually, as P1 has a massive moment, that's Trigger Happy is gone. We must have run a bit wide, well he did run a bit wide on the exit of turn 7 I believe. So that was him spinning round, and that leaves us to hunt down Patrick now. As you can see, he's running pretty low on ERS. We've still got 60% of ours left, so we're going to have a go potentially into turn 3 as we go up the hill. He's under 10% with the flashing red light at the back of his car, so we're going to make a move right around the outside. He's going to come back at us. He goes for a massive dive bomb, but he runs far too wide. We cut back underneath him, and we're going to accelerate down towards turn 4. A little bit of contact there as he tries to push us into the grass, but fortunately we have more ERS, so that allows us to pull ahead of him. And now through the middle sector we've just got to hold on to the lead, which we should be able to. There's no real opportunity left for him to get past us, potentially into the penultimate corner, but he won't. He's in holding on massively through the middle sector. He's 7 turns down as we come out of here, and we've got plenty of ERS to use. And that was the race pretty much. This is going to be a very short video. I believe it's going to be something like 12 minutes as we actually hit the curb on the inside of the final corner we run wide. But that was our first warning, and we come across to win the Austrian Grand Prix. So that's one win so far. But yeah, this video is going to go by very quickly. 5 races in about 13 minutes. Yeah, it's nothing much happened as we come across for the qualifying of the second race of the video at Bahrain short. We do a 58.882, and that gets us good enough for P2 on the grid, right behind CER Lando. And that guy's is a pretty quick driver. Luckily for us though, we only stuck around for one race, which is this one. As you can see, we've got 5 red lights now, and it's lights out and away we go. So I guess a drive through in front of us, so he's not going to be winning this race. We got a bit distracted by that. We missed the start by a little bit, and now we're going to get swarmed going to turn 1. We managed to hold on to P4, but he's on our inside, but we're going to have the ascendancy going into the next right hander. Someone dives up our inside, and there's a whole manner of collisions, and we actually get spun out a little bit there by CER, not by Lando, by Trigger Happy. We were trying to move across to the left to cover him off, but he wasn't giving up the position. So unfortunately we are now down in 16th place. That will become 15th as Loyal Whale has gone exploring Bahrain. A few people up ahead of penalties, someone also has a drive through, so maybe we could try to salvage something good, but it was unfortunate that contact happened there. But now we've just got to go on a hunt, try and get as many places back as we can do. And as you can see, CR Lando is setting the pace up front for 1 minute 2 on the first lap, and a few people are into the pits, possibly damage. I don't really see the point in pitting in a 5-lap race, but that puts us up into P12. And now onto lap 3, we're going to set we're not actually going to set the fastest lap of the race. We've used quite a bit of ERS to get close to this battle. You can see there's what is going to become now a 5-car battle for the I think P4 in this race. We've got 60% overtakes, so that should be enough for the last 2 laps. As you can see there, this is absolutely manic. 5 cars all in one space, or one part of the track. As you can see, Anthrax up ahead, he's got literally no ERS. We get, I wouldn't say intentionally pushed off, but we've got like 3 cars that run wide there. We managed to get the inside of 2 of them going through the fast left-hander, so that's a pretty decent move. Now going through with the penultimate, or the third to last corner, we get a pretty decent run, but we're actually going to save our overtaker. We're going to use it down the main straight, so we're going to hopefully get a good run out quite far to the left and then swing it back around. Now P5 ahead is going to have DRS, but we've got considerably more overtake. We get a much better exit. We're going to fly past him. P4 actually also has very little ERS, so we're going to burn all of ours and we're going to actually get P4, so that's 2 double overtakes in the space of about half a lap, so that was pretty good. We've now salvaged back P4 with only 1 lap left. We've got Lionel coming back for a big dive bomb power inside, but unfortunately he misjudges the braking zone and actually hits us there. We also managed to pick up the fastest lap on the previous lap. So overall, I'd say a pretty decent race to salvage a good result from what happened. I mean, we definitely had the pace to run at the front. It's just unfortunately we got caught up with that turn 1 incident, or turn 3 incident rather. You see we've got another yellow flag, people getting caught up on the curbs and spinning out. But for us, CER Lando wins the race. Both Trigger Happy either left the session or had to pit for damage. We set the fastest lap of the race again, finally dipping under the 1 minute mark. And that was Bahrain short. We now move on to Brazil. Going to come across the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 7.638, and that gets us pole position, luckily. So we're off to a decent start, as quite a few people have been disqualified. I say quite a few people, that's well over half the grid. And we get pole by something like 3 seconds over Lemon. And now we've got 5 red lights out for Brazil. We get a very good start compared to the rest of the field. People using a bit of overtake, but we managed to hold ascendancy going through turns 1, 2 and 3. And now, as we have a bit of a lazy track extension there, Furious Lemon's actually retired from the session, so there must have been some form of shenanigans going on in the background. But now we've got a 1.2 second lead, and we're hopefully going to run away with this. I know I've got good pace at Brazil, and yeah, we did. As we cut onto lap 5 now, we managed to pick up fastest lap of the race somewhere within those 5 laps, and we win by about 12 seconds. So that was Brazil. We now move on to the 4th race at the Hungary Ring, and we also pick up pole position here with a 1 minute 15.053. So far it's been a good result. We've got 2 wins out of 3. We've got a couple of pole positions. This is definitely going to help our rating. And now we've got 5 red lights, and it's lights out for Hungary. Another pretty decent start, not as good as the one in Brazil. As you can see, we're going to still hold ascendancy going into turn 1. We're using a bit of overtake because we don't really want to stuck behind people at Hungary. And go through turn 1. We've managed to hold the position. A couple of people swapping places further behind, and hopefully they're going to get caught up with people and we're going to run away with this. We are running very high wings for Hungary, so we're going to be absolutely insane through the final sector, and yeah. We were insane through the final sector. We managed to break out a gap, so we weren't under threat going down the straights, and we get another win by 3.6 seconds this time. So it's been pretty good so far. Now we're going to finish off the video with another race at Austria, where we pick up pole position with a 103.9, more representative lap here at Austria. So hopefully we can get another win, make that 4 wins out of 5 for this video. And now we've got 5 red lights for the final race of the video. It's lights out and away we go. We get another pretty decent start. We are going to hold position going into turn 1. People look for a couple of people looking to go up main side there, but we close the door on them. And now we're just going to burn a tiny bit of ERS, try and break outside of the DRS zone, which is quite difficult to do at Austria, as there are 3 of them around the track. Basically in the first 3 straights, there's 3 DRS zones. But yeah, we're going to try and hopefully run away with this one. As you can see, got a couple of people getting disqualified, retiring from the session. This was a I wouldn't say one of the worst lobbies, but it was an interesting and rather vexing lobby to be a part of. Especially when you're trying to get master rank in under about 50 races. You don't want to be having these types of lobbies and having pretty crappy luck in them. But as you can see, myself and Trigger Happy, who was a very quick driver, we've managed to break away quite considerably from P3, so it's going to be a battle between us for the lead of this race. We've now just got to hope that we don't get any penalties as we run wide through the final corner, but we open up the steering so we don't get a penalty. And now we get on to lap 2. We are going to set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix at 105.5. We're still only 7 tenths ahead of Trigger Happy, who now as we come onto lap 4 is now only 1 tenth behind us. Luckily though, we are going to, well, we've been saving a bit of our ERS, so I'm happy for him to get past us here. And unfortunately, coming out of turn 3, it's an absolutely horrible corner for putting down the traction. He spins the car, and sadly that was the battle over. It was shaping up to be quite an interesting one actually, with the ERS usage. Unfortunately, small driver error, and that gets us a pretty comfortable 4th win out of 5. And as you can see there, our current rating has moved up to 2,138. And we are at a safety rating of A. So it's been pretty successful so far. I feel like we are doing well. As you can see, the lobby is it's very interesting, all the different caliber of drivers in here. So I wouldn't say it was massively easy. I've definitely had easier sessions, but it's going well. I feel that it is possible to get this done within 50 races. So far we've done, this is, I think we've maybe done 20, just over 20, 23 maybe, as I think we did 8 races in the first episode. So yeah, if you did enjoy this very short ranked episode, please do let me know, and I'll see you all for another ranked video, some more F1 2020 content very soon.